Hi guys, good morning. My name is Amy Gill, your pharmacist that cares. Today I want to talk about a topic that is important and I think we all are probably guilty of it. We need to stop saying, one day I'm going to do this. One day I'm going to start doing this. And we need to make today day one. Because you know what happens? If you keep procrastinating, it's so much easier to say, oh, I'm going to start tomorrow. What's one more day of doing this? What's one more day of not doing that? And you know what happens? A few years down the road, we realize what happens when all those one days that we put off add up. And then you're coming to the pharmacy to see me and you're getting a ton of prescriptions because you kept putting off your health and you kept putting off finding that positive mindset and reducing the stress in your life. And now you are a mess that we have to figure out how we are going to start undoing some of those things that day after day after day they piled up. So this quote, I think it resonates with me. So the cost of procrastination is the cost of procrastination is the life we could have lived. So think about that. I thought that was perfect for the theme for today, because if we keep procrastinating, years down the road, we're like, oh boy, I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have done that differently. And I would have been totally in a different place today if I would have done things differently a long time ago. So it's time to make today one and stop procrastinating. Now, how are you feeling? How are you today? Are you sluggish? Are you full of energy? Are you ready to start the day? Are you full of positive thoughts? Well, with all those things, how are you feeling your body? So not only how are you fueling your body with the food, what kind of thoughts are you fueling your body with? Are they positive thoughts? Are they negative thoughts? Because that makes a huge difference. We have choices all day long with how we are going to think about things. The other day I was taking the boys to school. And I always pay attention on the interstate, like what it says, like how long to a certain exit, because I know in my mind how long it's going to take me to get them to school. And it normally says 7 minutes on a good day, 9 on a bad day. It said 55. And it was pouring down rain as it was. I said, Liam, does that really say 55 minutes? As I'm squinting my eyes, through the rain to really see that. It did. 55 minutes. I'm like, okay, so we have to make some decisions. We have to find a different way to get you to school so nobody is late. Now, could that have started my day off really, really bad? Absolutely. But you know what I always tell the boys? I'm like, I will get you there. We will get you there safely. And at least we are not in that accident. So you always have to look at the positive way. Some people, they get road rage when they're on the road, and it's easy to do. Trust me, I've gotten cut off plenty of times. But you have to always look for the positive and let that go. Because if you let those things eat you up, it's not going to be good for yourself and for anybody around you. So how are you fueling your body when it comes to your mindset and your thoughts? How are you fueling it when it comes to what you are doing for exercise? Because that is key. You need to find some way to get up and move all the time. Even something kind of maybe simple, and this is probably me just being the pharmacist. I tend to stand and eat sometimes for lunch. I'm not going to sit down. I'm going to stand, right? That's why people have standing desks. Have you guys seen those? The desks that, so you can actually move it up and down and you can stand while you are working. Because so many people have started working from home, they're just sitting all day long. And what happens when you sit all day long and you're not moving? It's not a good thing, right? If you are working from home, are you making good choices? What are you doing? Are you popping something in the microwave that you had in the freezer? Are you doing DoorDash and getting some food like that in? You have to think about those things, because if you are home, you're not getting all that exercise, you don't want to be fueling your body with those processed foods. You need to make good, healthy choices and make easy choices. When I'm home by myself, there is nothing faster than making a good protein shake. It's one shaker, no other dishes. If I could have the kids do that every day, oh, I'd be so much happier and a lot less dishes. So think about those things when you are making those choices, because that is absolutely key. Now, another thing that is a huge sucker actually of energy and so bad for your health is soda. How many of you out there are soda drinkers? Really, really soda drinkers that maybe, you don't just have it like, once in a great while, but that you have it every day. There is a good percentage of the population that does that. The soda ads are everywhere, right? I think we've talked about that before, about those ads and how they try to bring happiness when they talk about soda. Those things really don't go together, because when you are fueling your body with the soda, what are you getting? A whole bunch of calories, a whole bunch of sugar, a whole bunch of carbs, all those things you don't need. And yes, you're getting that quick energy, but then what happens? You're going to crash from that same energy as your body just can't process it. That is not the way you want to go. Then what are you going to do again? You're going to think, oh my gosh, I'm so tired, I need another soda. And it's going to be this vicious cycle of what you are doing. I was a soda drinker. I truly, truly was. I loved Diet Mountain Dew. There were times that I was exhausted and I would buy 2 liters. Would I drink the whole 2 liter a day? No, I really seriously would not. But it would be more than one can I would have by the time I kept pouring it out, because you're pouring another 2 liter. You don't even realize what you're doing. And that is so awful for me. And I knew that, but I was so tired. I didn't know of other alternatives and other healthy alternatives that I could have, that I could still get the energy and not that crash. Thank goodness for Fizz, because if it wasn't for that, I would probably still be doing soda and just probably drinking more and more and more of it, as the boys have me absolutely so exhausted. The other day I came home and I dropped them at school and I'd done some errands, and I came home and I was just sitting in the car, hadn't even gotten out yet, thinking about what the rest of the day was going to be like after I picked them up from school. They're running to hockey, they're running to soccer, the back and forth, running back to the school for an auction committee meeting. All these things that I was going to be doing for the rest of the day. I just sat in the car for a second and took a deep breath, and I thought, okay, I can either sit here and take a nap because I've exhausted myself just running through all the things I'm going to have to do, or I can get out of the car, make a fizz, and get some stuff done around the house. And that's exactly what I did, because taking a nap in the car was not going to suit me at all. So I knew that I needed that pump of energy. I knew I had things that had to get done. So that's exactly what I did. Came in, made a fizz, and got a whole bunch of stuff done, and made it through the rest of the day. So it's so important that we make those good choices. How many coffee drinkers are out there? Right? Everybody's like, oh, it's getting cold. But people drink coffee all the time anyway, especially now that it's getting cold, right? They drink more and more and more. I've heard people drinking like a pot a day or more, because they're working from home, or they're in an office setting where it's just there. You feel awful. And I don't think you realize how bad you feel until you quit drinking it. Again, I drank coffee in the morning. Every morning I would just have one. But I did not realize what it was actually doing to my stomach. I guess, got used to that feeling until I started thinking, it's time for a change. I've got to get off of this, because this is not good for me. And once I stopped doing that, I'm like, oh, I could tell a difference in how my stomach felt. So, I was out meeting somebody at, the local coffee shop, and decided, okay, I'm there. I'm going to have one that smelled so good, right? That seriously could be my potpourri. It's just coffee. And so I had one. Oh my goodness. I started feeling bad probably about 30 minutes after I'd taken my first sip. And I actually started yawning, which was really weird. And I felt really bad. I told the lady, I said, I'm really sorry. I have no idea. I was like crashing because I hadn't had it for so long. And I was almost like crashing right in front of her. And it was like 2:30 in the afternoon. It was ridiculous. So I don't think people realize they've got this addiction to that caffeine in there. But there are healthy alternatives to caffeine, and good natural sources of caffeine that we can do that can give us that energy, but without giving us all those awful things that go with it. And there's so many other things, you guys. I have some great friends that are bike riders, and they love hydration. Why? Because that is going to fuel them without adding all those sugars and carbs from all those sports drinks that are not healthy for your system. And they said they can go longer, they have a better performance, and they have a better recovery, even if they do go longer on the bike, because of the hydration, which is absolutely key. It is so important that we fuel our bodies the right way. And again, it's got to start today. You're not going to say, oh, you know what? What's one more day? What's one more day? Like I said, those days will add up. Then what are you going to do? You are going to be coming and buying a ton of prescriptions that you don't want to spend. The prescriptions are very expensive, and I think you'd probably rather use your money somewhere else. So what are you struggling with? Are you struggling with energy? Are you struggling with sleep? Are you struggling with your gut health? Are you struggling because you're currently on a ton of prescriptions? Or are you worried things are starting to go that way? then we really need to talk. And we need to talk today, not tomorrow, because it is key that we start making those changes. And these changes are small little changes, but they can have such big impact compounded over time. No matter what you do, good or bad, compounded over time, things are going to change a few years from now. We all age every day. But let me help you slow down the aging process. We all want to age gracefully. And I don't just mean the way you look, I mean the way you feel. Because we all want to be that grandparent or great grandparent that's still running around with their grandkids, right? That's outside, that's able to drive them places, do all these things, attend every event they have. You want to be the one that's sitting in their front row in their play, right? Cheering the loudest. But if you're not feeling your best, you are not going to be able to do that. And I know you're thinking, oh, please, my kids, they're still little. But you guys know what? In a blink of an eye, things are going to change, and your health can change in a blink of an eye. So you have to be prepared, and you have to start today. It is time to quit procrastinating. Reach out to me, and let's get you healthy starting today. So on down the road, you can be the best of yourself and the best for everybody around you. Because remember, you've got to put on that oxygen mask first before you can help everybody else. It is key that you start with your health today and then start helping everybody else around you, because if you're doing it, they're going to start seeing the changes in you, and they're going to want to be part of that as well. So I encourage you to reach out to me. We are getting ready for a gut reset. So if gut health is something that you struggle with, if skin issues are something you struggle with, it's starting in your gut. So we are getting ready to start that reset on November 1st. So if you want some more information about that, please reach out to me. I would love to give you that information, send you some samples just so you can try it, and you can see how easy it will be to make big changes in your health and wellness. My name is Amy Gill.